Ferdinand points, 5 different. It is only 5 over 8 years. Cumulative talent in Manchester United's favour. Rooney can be a bit of a rascal when it comes to the tackles. On Henry's part. In the early minutes. Reyes.
Well, he's taken a long time, this lad. Is that ankle that he damaged the other night?
Well, it certainly was in that area where he was hurt very early in the game.
Yeah.
And he's needing treatment very early here. Gary Neville played that a little bit blind. Edu. Ferdinand doesn't get there before Freddie Ljungberg.
Well, that's a big decision. I have to say, that is a massive decision. Because there was definitely contact. We'll see what Freddie was upset about. Make your own minds up about this. It's a beautiful break. And the pace of Ljungberg surprises Rio Ferdinand, and there's genuine contact, and Ferdinand leans into Ljungberg. I think you'll see that here.
Reyes.
Well, that might be the first booking of the day. And if it is, he's right. Because he's gone from behind. Reyes has out-tricked him. Little nutmeg and away. If he gets away with that, he'll be lucky, Gary Neville.
Sol Campbell had a little chip at the Manchester United defender then.
You can see Patrick Vieira saying there, the words were from behind. And that to me is what makes it a yellow card.
Arsenal don't need to get involved here because Mike Riley seems to have made up his mind and is going to be more than a telling off, or is it?
Well, if it's not a yellow card, Arsene Wenger will not be happy. First with the Ljungberg situation, now with Neville. He can't believe it, Arsene Wenger. Just looked down and there was just, watch this, brilliant little nutmegs there. And he's away. Now, if you go at him now and don't win the ball, then all you can get is a yellow card. I mean, it's impossible to get anything. Give him much joy that day.
Now, Ashley Cole is down here on that particular battle, but Ronaldo and company won the war, knocking England out in Lisbon. Well, Arsenal must have come here expecting a fierce approacher. Manchester United have trying to rattle them within the laws of the game.
Yes, they have. I mean, you can see that's
within
high.
The laws of the game.
That wasn't. That's high, and catches Cole on the knee. I think it was a token gesture as much as anything. Thankfully for Ashley Cole, didn't make it any easier for the lad.
I think there's 2 areas for grievance for Arsenal. The Gary Neville no yellow card, and the nature of that Van Nistelrooy challenge. They might talk about the Ferdinand incident with Ljungberg, and that was more marginal. The other 2, with the benefit of television replays, have looked very clear-cut.
You didn't need replays to tell you Gary Neville should have been booked, did you?
They get together as a unit with Sir Alex Ferguson's best team out. Down goes Reyes, getting that unit together. It is a chance to win here at Old Trafford. Ashley Cole is going to be the first player to get the yellow card.
Well, he's unlucky. There you go.
But I think, Andy, this is where Arsenal are put to the test. It's their perceived sense of injustice. There have been a couple of incidents where, on another day in another place maybe, opponents would have had punishment. But it's how they react to those sort of decisions which is the question mark.
But are you telling me that's worse than Gary Neville's?
That's about the same, isn't it?
But that's what Arsenal will point out, isn't it? Why only 1 yellow card?
But to be Reyes and to Gary Neville now, he's surely going to get booked this time.
Well, he must.
He is.
I think he's always second best to this tackle. I think he's the bad judgment is actually going for this. I think Reyes is always getting there.
For the two England first choice fullbacks on opposite sides here at Old Trafford today. And Rooney and Reyes look each other in the face. Famous faces. Very solid sliding challenge from Campbell. Now Philip Neville, and Reyes is on the receiving end again, and it's a double caution for the Neville family.
You know, this is it comes in late, the ball's away. I mean, it's...
Put the pace on the ball for Toure, he wasn't sure. Van Nistelrooy, Rooney. Got to it when Campbell just stood off him for a fraction of a second. This sort of level, a fraction of a second could be fatal.
Oh, that's a penalty. That's a penalty.
Wayne Rooney gets the penalty for Manchester United. And Mike Riley, who has given United 7 penalties in the last 7 matches he's refereed on this ground, makes it 8 out of 8.
That's a penalty. He sticks the left leg out. Looks to me like he's caught him. That was my first reaction. Like every defender, Sol Campbell's going to argue his case that it wasn't. But goodness me, he could have just predicted it, couldn't you? That a penalty and the number 10 just might have a huge bearing. What's going to unfold today?
Well, it's the opposite end of the ground from last season when Ruud van Nistelrooy...
It was, as he nutmegs Campbell and the leg is up. Oh, there's minimal contact at that angle.
Here goes Van Nistelrooy. The noise says it all. The celebrations say it all. Manchester United lead Arsenal by 1-0.
Well, he's just exercised some demons, the boy, hasn't he? An incident that's beats the gap and giving the rest of the Premiership hope that the title isn't over and done with.
Contrast of the emotions here, because it happened to the Dutchman in the closing moments last season. There are plenty of Arsenal protests at the final whistle here. Sol Campbell feels particularly aggrieved. And once one down, they had to chase the game and were wide open for the counter-attack, which was brilliantly executed, I must say, relatively early stage in the season. And maybe Henry's referring to Ferdinand, who played so well but possibly shouldn't have been on the pitch. From Arsenal's point of view, they will say, in the incident with Ljungberg.
There's plenty to argue about at the end of this game, no doubt about that. Plenty to debate for us as well.
United, the dominant force for most of the time since the restructuring of the league. They've got 1,000 Premiership points, but these 3 as valuable as any along the way.
No, don't get me wrong, they played some great football.
Lovely football.
They've had some of the best players in the world play for that club. They've had Eric Cantona, Cristiano Ronaldo, now they've got Wayne Rooney. They've got outstanding, talented footballers, and they play great stuff when they get the ball. When they haven't got the ball, they go into you hard.
Yeah.
They go in hard. And that's how United have played. It works in the Premier League, and they are the Rolls-Royce model for all other clubs, is to go and get it, get stuck in, chase people. If you're losing the game, start kicking. When we went up there in 2002, we won the league up there. They had 4 yellow cards before half-time because they knew they couldn't outplay us. We were a superb team playing brilliantly, and they knew, and we still won the game because we were strong enough to stand up to it. But he could have changed the culture of that club. He could have introduced a whole different philosophy, similar to the style that Barcelona play. In 24 years, you could transform the place.
Not while Roy Keane was there.